Welcome to Tihar Jail, Asia's largest penitentiary and a prison infamous for its terrible conditions. This is where the inadequacies of India's legal and political systems are startlingly obvious. 9,000 inmates are crammed into a jail that was built to take half that number. But thanks to the determination and energy of just one woman, Prison Chief Keran Bedi, Tihar is undergoing a massive transformation. In a jail where time is plentiful, Keran Bedi's first step was to introduce yoga. Now prisoners meditate to deal with tension and overcrowding. In just a year and a half, the reforms have followed thick and fast. Literacy classes have been introduced, with fellow prisoners as the teachers.
We're just cleaning it up because it's all wet.
And Keran Bedi is not afraid to mix it with the prisoners. In Tihar, even innocent children pay the price of crime. We go out into jail and we see yoga, meditation, we see education classes. Do you ultimately, though, think that jail is also for punishment?
Coming to jail per se is a punishment. Just the very fact that you've come into the prison is a punishment itself. It is a punishment complete in itself because you're taking away a person's freedom. It's a punishment itself.
I was very bitter about my coming to jail before, and I've learned now to accept it, as an experience. It's taught me a lot, and I think I'll go out a much stronger person than I came.
In this time, we are feeling very excellent to living in the jail. I am not feeling we are in the jail. We are living. I feel we are in ashram.
Bedi has always been larger than life, winner of the Asian Women's Tennis Championship and the first woman officer in India's police force. She's perhaps India's best known cop.
These women inmates are weaving this yarn.
Famous for towing away former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's illegally parked limousine and single-handedly fighting off sword-waving demonstrators whilst her male colleagues retreated.
I am a strong believer of rule of law, very strong believer. And no amount of position or status deters me from carrying out rule of law. So many people who were not used to rule of law, they thought they were above it, were hurt.
While the lawless watch out, the lawmakers pay homage. Today, Delhi's politicians come to open Keran Bedi's latest reform, a university within the prison. Enormously popular and powerful, increasingly the politicians are climbing aboard her bandwagon. But Keran Bedi has her critics too. While most acknowledge her achievements in the jail, they say that she's an attention seeker and window dresser, covering up serious flaws in the Indian legal and prison systems.
Politicians have never used me, and I've never allowed anybody to use me. And nor are the issues getting diverted. On the contrary, with media coming to the prison problems remain on the agenda.
However, the system and the sheer number of prisoners even defeat the best intentions and energy of a reformer like Keran Bedi. What she's doing is simply an exception to the rule.
And they don't even think
this Canadian woman wants to remain anonymous. Like her, most of the jail inmates await trial for anything up to 7 years.
The system is corrupt because there's a lot of cases of beating and torture to get people to sign false statements. And then of course there's the glaringly obvious point where if you don't have any money, you won't get out of jail. 2 months in this jail and you're just like, oh God, have mercy, you know, let me out of here.
They have to take care of their health and everything.
While Keran Bedi is powerless to do anything about many of these problems, she is at least trying. Before her, there was nothing. Now at least there's hope.
But after taking away a person's freedom, you don't have to hurt him more, that he wants to take away himself or come back with an anger of revenge, or anger and revenge. So we must stop there. From the, after he is imprisoned, we must help him open up his mind.